stand up nice and tall. You can keep those rubber bands on the floor for now. We don't need them right away. And we're going to stand up and start our stretching. So take your feet to pizza parallel. Lift up those 10 toes. Let's spread them out. Feel the bottom of those feet stretch. Toes come down, arches stay up, knees off of block, heavy tailbones. Find our height. Tummies are in, and let's gaze. Take yourselves away and away. And away. Oh, there's Rory. Hey, Rory. And then come into center, and let's drop the chin. Now just look down at those toes, and then when you're ready, left to right. Keeping the chin into your chest. And then come back to center, stand tall. Relax those feet, tummies are in, shoulders are forward. Let's circle them strong, opening up those backs, opening up as we slide these ribs down and together. Let's take it into a slightly bigger elbow. And just see how that changes your movement. And you can let the ribs go, you can let the tummies go. Let's see how big of a stretch we can get here. And now, come back into center, drop the hands back down. Rotate the palms strongly to the front as the thumbs poke behind you. Now, tummies need to come in mildly. I want you to lift the shoulders up with purpose, and now drop them down and away down your back. Lift up to the ears, pull them back down and away. So make this a very purposeful stretch. Keep those thumbs trying to reach behind you, which is going to open up that chest and that arm area. So you're going to feel it like right across your armpit into your chest. And you should feel, because we're lifting with purpose, all of a sudden those upper back muscles are having to work a little harder. And that's good, because we want those upper backs to be stronger. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Take it down, shake out those arms. Nice work. Okay, the first of many roll downs today. When you're ready, tummies are in. Let's drop our chins, round through our shoulders, take our knees off of lock, and bend all the way down to where you're comfortable. Hang heavy in your hamstring stretch, lengthening those legs. Don't worry about if you can't get them perfectly straight. Even if they're bent, that will get you your stretch. You're going to soften your knees, drag your tailbones down. Start stacking those spines and come back up to standing. When you're ready, let's do it again. Tummies are in, drop the chins. Round through the shoulders, crawl yourselves down to your point of extension. And again, don't worry if you're not all the way to the floor. Don't worry if you're not with perfectly bent, straight legs. You take it to where you can. Nice and strong. Re-soften the legs, pull in those tummies, round yourselves up, dropping the tailbone, stacking the hips, peeling that spine. 1 more time, folks. Drop the chin, round yourselves through. Take yourselves as far down as it works for you again. Hang heavy like a rag doll. Find your best rag doll and hang. Press the tailbone to the ceiling. So even if those legs are not straight, you will get a stretch with them reaching through those tailbones. Good. 1 more breath. Let's soften. Round ourselves up, stacking yourselves a little bit taller, a little bit stronger, and you're up. Nice work. Okay, find your height. Here we go. We're going to inhale, take 1 arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, lean back as you take the eyes up to the ceiling with you. Now stretch through those torsos, pulling out through the lower backs, and then back into center. Inhale, tall. Exhale, lean. Reach back and center. Inhale, tall. Lift with the eyes. Reach through those torsos. Arms are pulling, but not necessarily the shoulders. Center. 1 more time. Lift the eyes. Lean yourselves back. Pull as much out of those lower backs as you can. And center. Nice work. Okay. When you're ready, I want you to take these feet to a pizza stance. So you're going to bring the heels together and the toes apart. And we're going to do a roll down again. And you're going to notice it's going to stretch the sides of our legs. So you're still going to find your height. Your knees are off of lock. Your tummies are in. Drop the chin. Round yourselves through again. Crawling yourselves down as low as it works for you. So let the heads hang. Let the arms hang. and lengthen those legs. So again, it might mean pulling that tailbone higher to the ceiling rather than straightening those legs, but you can do both. Soften those knees, round yourselves up, pulling through those tailbones, hips, stacking the spines. Let's do that one again. Inhale. Exhale, drop the chins, round through. Feel the pull on the outside of those legs. Reach through the tailbones, lengthen the legs as much as you can. Let's soften, come back up. We have one more like that. Tummies are in, next drop. Round through. Let's hold this one for another breath or two. Try to get the last bit out of those hamstrings, really lengthen them, really reach through the tailbone, drop the chest as best you can. You're going to soften, round yourselves back up, and back to standing. Nice work. Okay, you're going to lose my heads because I need to stand forward for space. Now come back into your normal pizza parallel. Now we're going to take ourselves into a spine twist. Your hips do not move. So even though I'm going to ask you to move through your upper halves, don't let the hips follow you. If they do, you need to bring them back to center. It will make your range of motion less or your twist less, but it's really important to keep those hips straight ahead. So right now you're standing nice and strong, your tummies are in. Hips are staying where they are. If you have the strength, I want arms out to the side. Now remember, your arms belong to your backs. So drop the shoulders down. You should feel this band come across your back and your chest that's now holding these long arms. When you're ready, we're going to twist to one side. Don't let these hips move and come back to center and away. So if the hips are following you, bring them back to center. If these arms are too heavy for you today, cross the arms across your chest. I don't want those shoulders lifting up towards those ears. You want shoulders down. Keep a gentle twist. Look down the back of that arm. Good. Let's do one more. Stretching the wings wider, lengthening those necks and crowns. Twist away. Come into center. Hold your T. Drop the shoulders from those ears. Spread the fingers a little wider. Hold them here. And then relax those arms. Nice work. Give them a shake. Nice work. Okay, we're going to grab our rubber bands now. I want you to take those bands. We're going to stand up tall. And you're going to open them up about a third, and a third. Now, if you're able to see yourself on the computer, and if you're not, that's fine. You can use it as a mirror. We want our arms to come up and over evenly. Sometimes people pull one arm stronger than the other. You're trying to stay square. So open those arms up in front of you. You're just holding the band. You will not be stretching the band. Now, tummies are in, ribs are down. When you're ready, just lift the arms up and overhead, trying to get it as far behind your back as you can and back up. So try and get these arms nice and straight. Up and over. Good. Up and over. And if you can't get these arms behind you, that's fine. Take them to where you can, but then that's something you're going to need to work on because that's a range of motion we don't want to lose. Good. So keep these shoulders as stable as you can, as even as you can. And as you notice, the rubber band is pulling on those shoulders. So they're starting to get tired. But we're stretching them. We're stretching them, which means they're going to unlock themselves from those ribs. So let's try one more each side, each way rather. Coming back into the center and in the front, and let them relax. Good. Give those shoulders a shake. Nice work. Okay. Now, I want you to shorten that distance between the rubber bands a little bit. Now, if you find, since not all of us are on purple bands, you might find that your rubber band is really, really loose. If it is, you're going to want to shorten it even more because we're going to be adding resistance through an arm pull. But you can make the adjustments during the exercises. If you find your band is tighter, then you can loosen your grip. If it's looser, you can tighten it or shorten it. So stand up tall again. Get your ribs down, necks are long. Take your arms up overhead as best you can. Try to drop your shoulders while keeping ribs down. Now tip to one side. Find your lat stretch. Press the hip away as you reach through your fingers. And now use your upper waistband to pull you back up to center. Good. Inhale, exhale away. Press out of the hip, reach through the fingers, use your bow shape, and now top waistband pulls you back up. Good, relax the shoulders, take them away. Lengthen and reach, pull back with that waistband, take it away. Reach out of fingertips, pull back up, stay in center, drop your shoulders, keep the ribs down. Inhale, as you exhale, take it over to the other side. Reach out of the hip and fingers, now take your bottom arm down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the top arm up, 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 up. Stay here, reach out of those arms, pull back up to center, drop your shoulders. Good, take it to the other side. Reach out of hips and arms and pull down, 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 down. Lift up, 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 up. Come back up to center and relax. Good, shake out those shoulders. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna add to that now. We're gonna tip ourselves to one side, but then we're gonna twist as well. So when you're ready, find your height, find your tummies. Take your arms back up to where you're comfortable, dropping shoulders, dropping ribs. Now, tip to that first side. Reach out of your fingers and your hips, and now I want you to try and rotate so you're looking at the floor. Arms are reaching out, and now open your arms up as wide as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1. Twist back, lift yourselves to center, drop the shoulders, tip to the other side. Rotate so your chest is looking at the ground, and now open, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate back, lift back up, drop your shoulders. Nice work. Shake it out. Okay, a bit more for our arms now. I want you to drop one end of your rubber band on the floor. I want you to step on it. You're going to take your left foot back and find a nice base of balance here. If your rubber band is super stretchy, you're going to take quite a bit off of it with the right hand. Your elbow is into your waistband, and that's where it's going to stay. So you're standing on the band with your right foot. The band is running on the outside of your right leg. Elbow into that waistband, and when you're ready, get tall. Tummy's in, ribs down, neck's long, crown's tall. Lift with the bicep and take it down. Now keep the elbow into your waistband. Good. So I don't want the arm coming out to the side. It's just lifting through the front of your arm here. Good. Now every time you lift up, your crown gets taller. Nice. And if you find that this is too easy, make your band shorter. If you find it's too hard, make it longer. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1. Now stay in this position and take the arm behind you. Try and stay tall and just reach the arm behind. Lift that baby finger up towards the ceiling. You're trying to get into your tricep here. It's not the strongest tricep out there. We'll do another one later that will be, but it's a good start. Let's lengthen the necks and crowns, keep the shoulder down. Now hold this one as far behind you as you can and add a little bounce. And relax, good work. Now, take the end of your rubber band and grab it with your hand. I want you to turn the palm facing downwards and then take the arm out straight in front of you. Now shoulders are down, ribs are down, tummies are in. When you're ready, lift it up in front, lift it out to the side, out in front, out to the side. Now this one is really difficult. It's going to make you pull with your shoulder blade. Try and keep your rib down. Good. And again, so it's working what we call the deltoid, but it's effectively a shoulder pad. It's really important for carrying things and having strong shoulders. I personally hate this one. And away, one more each way. Strong, straight arm, take it down, shake out that shoulder. Change sides. Let's step on that band with the left foot. Placing the band on the outside of that left leg, shorten it as much as you need to and tuck that left elbow into your waistband. Right foot is away from you in the back. Tummies are in, nice and tall. When you're ready, we're going to lift that bicep and lower. With each lift, you're going to pull the crown taller. Elbow stays firmly into your waistband. So the elbow's not lifting, you're just hinging from the elbow. Nice and strong. Good. Get yourselves taller. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Stay tall, take the arm behind you. Take that baby finger up to the ceiling. Try to find that tricep pull. Stay tall. Try not to lean. Hold this one back and add a little bounce, making it a little stronger. And then relax. Nice work. Find the end of that rubber band. Turn the palm so it's facing downwards, and long straight arm. Shoulder stays down, rib stays down. Tummies are in, lift up, lift out, lift up, lift out. Good. Place your right hand on those left ribs. Keep them down. Feel what happens if they come up. We want them to stay down. We want to concentrate this into the shoulder. 2 more if we have it. Shh, shh, shh. And you're down. Nice work, folks. Shake out those arms. Let's sit at the front end of our mats. Okay. Now, sit up nice and tall. And just grab your bands about a third in with those hands. And just hold the front of your knees like we normally do. So let's find our height first. I want you to lift through the crowns. And when you're ready, just start your pelvic tilt. So tuck that tailbone and then lift up the eyes. Tuck the tailbone between the thighs and then lift the eyes. Now when we lift the eyes, it's just extending middle and upper backs. We're not crunching the back of those necks. You're not physically lifting the chin up. It's just the eyes. Now hold your next one tall. Take the arms out in front of you. Now you're connected where you should be. You're in back, middle, front, belly, and ribs. There's your normal strength. Continue just to hold the rubber band and go to your halfway point. So tuck your tailbone and lean back until you're strong and feel, yep, that's enough for me. And then round up. So that's your normal position. Let's make it stronger. You're going to open your rubber band an inch or 2. Drop your shoulders from your ears and feel how much tighter your connection gets. Now tuck your tailbone. Round to your halfway point and come back up. Now keep that pull on the band and keep working through that roll back. Now, some of the things you might feel is stronger, smoother movement. Maybe you're getting a millimeter or an inch further back than you normally would. Make sure those shoulders are down away from our ears. You're dragging them down. Remember, the arms belong to the backs. See if that extra connection gives you more strength, more power. It'll definitely give you more control. Now on your next exhale, take yourself all the way to the floor. Pull as strongly as you want or need to on the band to control yourselves down. Nice work. Take those feet flat onto the floor. Find your neutral. Now keeping those rubber bands in our hands, we're going to take the arms behind us. Now, as soon as the arms are behind, and depending on your shoulders and range of movement, you might need to bend your elbows, and that's fine. Get comfortable in your shoulders. Lengthen the necks and crowns. Pull the tummies and ribs in. We're going for a nice little set of sit-ups here, where we're going to add a pull when we get to the knees. Tummies are in, ribs down. Inhale. As you exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Tuck the chins. Reach the arms as high up in legs as you can. Open the band, and then come back down. And away. Inhale. Exhale, lift, tuck the chin, round through the shoulders, reach to the knees, open up the band, and come back down. Now move at your pace. You're trying to get the head stacked on top of those shoulders, which are going to then be held by that upper ab. Good. And again. Lift up, open. Good. Come back down. Stay here. Reconnect. We're going to now change it into our obliques. So you're going to inhale. As you exhale, lift up. And once you're as tall as you can get, take only the right arm away. Bring that one into center. Take the left arm away. Back into center. Take yourselves down. And again, exhale, strongly lift up. Relaxing the shoulders down from our ears. Take the right arm away and the left arm away. Good. So as you pull the one arm, feel that oblique kick in. The other arm is holding strong. Take the right. Take the left. Nice work. Take it down. Try for 2 more like that. Drop those shoulders from your ears, please. Tuck that chin into your chest, looking through those thighs to stay strong. We have 1 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Right and left and down. Take those arms behind you, have a breath. Now we're gonna do one more set. This time we're gonna pull right, pull left, pull center, then you're down. So relax the shoulders, lengthen arms, lengthen necks. Tummies are in, ribs are down, keep them down. Exhale up. Take the right, take the left, pull to center, take it down. Use your breath. Exhale up, pull the right, pull the left, pull the center, take it down. If that's too much, go to where you can. Right, left, center, and down. Couple more, folks. Lift up, right, left, center, and down. One more. Hold this one strong. Reach up as strongly as you can. Let's take the right away for 3, 2, 1. Take the left away. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. 3, 2, 1. Take yourselves down. Let the arms flop to wherever you're comfortable. Give yourselves a wiggle. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna work on our legs now. So this one can be a little bit more awkward. Do the best you can. We're gonna be going into a frog stance, but I'd like you to take your legs, please, or your feet rather, and place your feet into your rubber band. So you're gonna have to lift your knees up and place those feet into the band. Now, I want you to try and get the feet flat, or the rubber band flat. So it's around the ball of the feet and those toes. Once you have the feet in place, you can drop the knees into your chest, find a dead bug. Lengthen necks and crowns, holding about 1 inch off of each rubber band. Now your elbows are gonna stay on the floor and against the ground. I want you to lift those legs up to the ceiling as best you can. Now remember, the rubber band is a bonus today. So the rubber band is gonna it's gonna help you hold the weight of your legs. So pull your tummies and ribs in. And if your legs aren't straight, then let the legs drop down until they are. And there you're gonna feel the weight on your pelvis, but notice that the rubber band and your arms are holding the weight of the legs. So your tummies are still in neutral, or they should be. But if you can get the legs straight to the ceiling and straight, that's where I'd prefer you to be. Now lengthen those tummies, or lengthen those necks, pull in those tummies, and let's just bend the knees into your chest and then lift. Bend and lift. So just try to bend and straighten as best you can. Feel like you're doing a squat, but you're on your back. You're gonna feel the thighs starting to activate, and now we're gonna start layering. Keep this leg movement going, and I want you to open the arms out to the side, nice and long, nice and wide. So the elbows are off the ground, the arms are straight, and those rubber bands now have become tight. So now you're pressing against something that's causing resistance. The arms stay out wide the whole time. Now, if this is enough, stay here. But if you're able to, on your next exhale, lift those heads up, look at your knees, keep the chin into your chest, relax the shoulders from those ears, and keep this bending going. So now you're lifting a heavy head, opening up through those arms, creating resistance. Legs are working hard. 2 more. 1 more. Drop the heads, pull the knees into your chest, keep the bands where they are. Nice work. We have 2 more with that series. So find your nice long necks and crowns, tummies are in, ribs down, shoulders relaxed. Take those legs back to the ceiling, elbows on the floor. Now we're gonna get a little bit more complicated. I want you to open your feet into a pizza. As soon as you do that, feel the tension out of the side of those legs. Now become a frog. I want you to keep your toes wide, bend the knees to the outside of your rubber band, and then press back to the ceiling. Bend and press. So you're in your full frog here. Get the necks long, the chins are soft. So here, for some of us, this might be challenging enough because it's really working the outside of those thighs. Now, if you'd like to add more, you add those long, straight arms, which is going to shorten your band, and keep that frog bounce going. You're just drawing these heels towards your bums. And then if you're still feeling like you can do more, feel free to lift those heads up with confidence, looking through the thighs, getting that chin to gently tuck into your chest, and trying to keep those shoulders down and relaxed. 2 more. And 1. Nice work. Bring the knees in, bring the heads down. So you should have felt a lot more working the outside of those thighs. Good, we've got one more set. Lengthen those legs back up again and place your heels into your rubber band. So just walk your feet forward so that one heel goes in and then the other. So now the rubber band is around your heels. I want you to flatten your feet as strongly as you can and press them up to the ceiling. And as soon as you press them into the ceiling and into the band, you should feel the hamstrings kicking in. Now, if your legs are not straight, let the legs fall until they are, or as best you can. And now bend the knees and press. Bend the knees and press. If you can go straight to the ceiling, it's lighter. If you cannot get knees straight, do not worry. You're still getting a benefit from the stretch and part of the lift. Good, now here we go, last set. If and when you're ready, take the arms out wide. Keep the necks long and the shoulders down, creating the resistance. Now those thighs are working harder to get these legs back up. Big inhale, if you can, exhale the heads up, looking to those knees, dropping our shoulders from our ears, pulling strong into those tummies. Keep those arms as long and as straight as you can. Press the heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees in, heads down, take the rubber band away. Place the rubber band down by your sides, give yourselves a wiggle and a twist. And we're going to move straight into our single leg extension, which should feel nice and light with no rubber band. So the goal with this one is perfect stability through those torsos while you're lengthening the arms and legs. Tummies are in. One leg to a tighter tabletop, then the other. Take both hands onto the right thigh. Inhale, as you exhale, lift the heads up, drop the chin into your chest, drop the shoulders. Left leg long, here's your start. Tap to the left, tap to the right. Now remember, the higher the leg, the lighter the leg. Take it to where you can. If the heads are feeling heavy, then place them onto the ground. No resistance today. I want you to just lengthen from crowns to toes as best you can. Pull the knee in, push it away. Pull with the tummy, push with the tummy. Keep the crowns tall, one more each way. And you're in. Nice work, give yourselves a hug. Nice big breath there, feet flat. We're gonna take our rubber bands back into our hands. Now, you're gonna open them up a little bit wider than a third, a third, and a third, and we're gonna go into a double leg stretch. If you have the strength, you're gonna open the band behind you when you take arms and legs long. If you don't. That's fine too. Necks long, tummies are in, ribs down. Strong tabletop, and then pull those knees in a little tighter. Now, exhale the heads up as you reach those hands up above your shins. This is our start position. Inhale, take arms and legs long, open the band up if you can. Exhale, bring the knees and arms back in. Inhale, reach long, squeeze and open. Good, exhale in. Inhale, out, exhale in. If those necks are heavy, place them to the ground. And just keep that neck long, the chin soft as you still inhale the arms and legs long. Exhale, pull back in. And if you cannot open this band, don't. Just hold it. Good. Let's go for 3, 2. Let's hold one up there. Reach fingers and toes. Open the band, drop the shoulders. Squeeze the legs as hard as you can. Bend the knees in. Heads are down. Nice work. Give yourselves a wiggle. Okay, we're going to go for 100. It's going to be a little bit more challenging today. We're going to keep our legs at tabletop. We're going to keep our legs touching so that we're able to push against each other's legs, and that's going to help us stabilize. What we're going to do, if you look towards me, is when we come into our 100, we're going to squeeze the legs together to help us stabilize as we pull these arms down. What I don't want to see is legs bouncing all over the place. Now it will create tension into those necks and crowns, so if you need to, place them down, always keeping them long. Let's find neutral to start. Tummies are in, ribs are down. Find a strong table and the other. Now bring those ankles and knees together and maybe drop them in a little bit to your nose. If you're ready, reach those arms up above the shins. I want the rubber band just below your knees so your arms are long. Now, if you're feeling comfortable today, lift up the heads, look to the knees, and let's bounce with those arms. for in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 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 in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, folks. Bring those knees in, twist out those necks, have a nice breath. Nice work. And breathe. Nice work. Okay, drop that rubber band across your belly or chest. Drop your knees to one side as you open your arms out to a T. Find your nice spine twist. Reach the length of those arms. Up and over. Stretch away. Up and over. Find that spine twist. You're looking at one arm as the knees pull into the opposite direction. Up and over. And come back to center. Okay, we're going to go back to those legs. So I want you to take your rubber band. I'd like you to place the ball of your right foot into it. Try and keep the rubber band flat around that foot if you can. It should be in the middle of the band. Heads come down. Grab the end of each rubber band in your hand, and elbows are now glued to your waist, glued to the floor. Now we're going for single leg circles. And the beauty of this rubber band, again, is that it's going to help you hold the weight of your legs. So what I'd like you to concentrate on is range of motion. But that doesn't mean your hips are going to go all over the place. We're still worried about stability. So necks long, tummies are in, ribs down. Lengthen your left leg as much as you can to get it out of the way. But if you can't get it perfectly straight, that's fine. Now cross midline. Press into the band as you start your circle. Reach around and come back up. Now make your circles as big or as small as you can, but I want you to keep both hips on the ground and I want you to stay strong. As you push this leg into the long and down, you should feel it pushing against the resistance of the band and that right side of your body working a little harder to push against the band. At that same moment, I want you to reach the crowns away, so now you're lengthening the right side. Sweeping through your circle as strongly as you can, making as much movement from the hip as you can, while the rest of our body stays stable. Hold your next one to center, make sure you're still connected, and now reverse your circle. Press long into the band, don't let the arms move, that's going to be holding and anchoring the band for resistance. Press out of those feet, reach out of those crowns, circle. We have 2 and 1. Nice work. Hold that leg up to the ceiling. Bring your left leg in so it's bent again. I want you to let that rubber band dangle off of your foot, and then you're going to reach up and grab it as high up as you can, and then pull back on it. So now you've created weight and resistance against your foot and ankle. So your left foot is flat onto the floor, and your hip should feel happy, and your leg is wherever it's comfortable. Now, I want you to have enough resistance on this band that now that you start to point and flex that heel, point the toe, flex the heel, point the toe, press through the heel. So you're pointing and flat, pointing and flat. So you're working your ankle, your foot, your calf muscle, your shin, and you're pulling hard enough on your rubber band that you're actually having to press hard against it. We want those feet to get stronger. We want the ankles and shins and calves to get stronger. Now hold your next one into a pointed toe and start to circle your ankle. I want this to be more about your foot and your ankle than anything else. So try to round yourselves through the foot as best you can. You have 33 joints and I want every single one to potentially get a movement into it. And now you're going to reverse that circle and move and undulate through that foot as best you can. Try to roll through the toes, roll through the top of the foot, get that ankle a little stronger. And now hold your leg where it is, relax that foot. Now flatten the foot again, reaching the heel to the ceiling. I want you to just gently pull back on your rubber band, adding a little hamstring stretch here. Good. So here we have some movement. Now we're going to add some bigger movement. So what I'd like you to do is bend the knee into your chest. Now lift the leg back to the ceiling and pull back on the band. Bend, straighten, pull back. Bend, straighten, pull back. So you're getting a stronger hamstring stretch here. You're controlling it because you're pulling back. But because we have this movement, this bigger movement, we're tricking our hamstring into going a little bit longer. Good. Bend, lift, pull back. Two more. Bend, lift, pull back. Bend, lift, pull back. Good. Hold the leg up there. Take it to where you can, where it's comfortable. Now, here's the tricky one. Take both rubber bands into your left hand. Take your right arm out to a T and look at it. I want you to get your left leg as straight as it works for you. Now, big inhale. As you exhale, take this right leg across you. It doesn't have to get to the floor, it just has to cross midline. Let the weight of the leg sit into the band. You're going to feel the stretch on the outside of your right hip and thigh. Breathe deeply as you try to lengthen the leg, press out of the hip, press out of the heel. One more big breath, and then open the leg out to the other side. Grab the bands into your right hand. Let the rubber band sit into, or the weight of the leg sit into your rubber band, and now try your inner thigh stretch. Take your left leg, reach it long and straight, and press the heel towards the ground. Let the right leg hang out heavy on the side, and then use your band and see if you can pull it up higher towards your nose to get a better stretch. And then bend that knee, come back to center, and now we need to change our legs over. Lift up, placing the left foot into the rubber band. The right foot comes onto the floor. You're going to grab the end of each rubber band, anchoring those elbows into the floor, lengthening necks and crowns. We're going for single leg circles. Take your right leg as much out of the way as you can. Cross midline, push long into that rubber band, circle back up. Your hips are level, your necks and crowns are reaching away from those hips and toes. You're pushing as hard and as strong into your band as you can as you try and increase your range of motion through your hip. Hips are stable and strong, no hula hooping. Try to find a position that you can get that leg straight because the rubber band's going to help you hold it. It won't sit directly on your core. One more in this direction. Hold center. Make sure you're still connected and reverse. Keeping those elbows anchored, pressing as long and as hard through the body as you can, using the resistance of that rubber band to increase our range of motion and strengthen that hip. Good. Push. Two more. And one. Take that leg back to center. Right foot is flat on the ground, knee is bent. Dangle your rubber band. Grab as high up those rubber bands as you can. Pull the arms back to create resistance. Lengthen those necks. Now point the toe, flatten the foot. Point the toe, flatten the foot. Push through the toes, press through the heel. Push and press. Push and press. Nice work. So work that ankle, work that calf. Now hold your point, and when you're ready, we're going to go for a nice circle of those ankles. Round through those feet as best you can. I want you to undulate to try and get into each and every one of those joints in that foot. This is more about your ankle and foot than it is your calf and your shin. And then reverse your circles. Make it as strong as you can. Keep that neck long. And now hold your position, flatten the foot and add that little bounce and get into your hamstring. Let the leg go to wherever it needs to go to feel okay, but then pull back on that hamstring. Now that you've got the movement, we're going to add the bigger movement. We're going to bend our knee into our nose, lengthen the leg, pull back, bend, lengthen, pull back, bend, lengthen, pull back. Good. Now at that same moment as you're reaching back with those arms, can you push the tailbone away, push the crown away, push the heel away? Good. You have 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up there. Both rubber bands into your right hand. Left arm goes out to a T. Look at it. Take your right leg as much out of the way as you can, and now try and pull this left leg across midline. Your left sit bone and bum can come off the ground, but try to reach out of the hip and the heel. Try to keep both shoulders on the floor, big deep exhales. That's how you're gonna get rid of that tension. It's your IT band and it's on the outside of our thighs here. Nice big breath, and when you've had enough, we're gonna open the leg out to the side. Grab the bands into your left hand and let that leg sit heavy into the band. Lengthen your right leg, get that heel towards the floor. Inhale, as you exhale, try to pull the left leg wider to get more of a stretch. Find your inner thigh, reach it a little longer, press the right leg longer, and then bend your left knee. Take the rubber band away and relax. Okay, come back into your neutral. We need to get up to seated. So we have two options. We can roll ourselves up, which I think we'll try. And if it's all too much, we're just gonna tip to one side. So take the bands into your hands, take them behind you, take your legs long. When you're ready, tummies are in, ribs are down. Inhale. As you exhale, I want you to lift yourselves up as best you can and come up to your seated position. If you need to, tip to one side and relax. Good. Okay. Now, once you're up to seated, let's go for our blocks. If you have your Oxford Dictionary, grab it now to sit on. You're going to be in this upright position for a little bit. So once you're up in your seated position, you can still bend knees in a moment if you need to. Now, we're going to be working on backs here, though I'm going to be asking you to lift legs. Now, you're going to do the best you can, but your priority is going to be staying broomstick straight. I want you to take the rubber band, and I want you to place it around the ball of your right foot, and then lengthen your leg. You're going to try and sit up as tall as you can out of our hips. And your hips and your sit bones are the base of our jar here. Your shoulders are directly on top and your crowns are on top of that. You don't want to let your chins jut forward. You don't want that hanging head. It's too much pressure on your neck. You want to try to stay straight here. Now, get as tall as you can out of these backs. You're going to take 2 or 3 inches off of each rubber band, please. And your elbows are going to be down by our sides. Right foot is flat. Excuse me. And if you find that this is uncomfortable in your backs and hamstrings, then bend your left leg. And it can be a strong bend. That's absolutely fine. Now, when you're ready, tummies are in, right foot is flat, stay tall as we lift the right leg up and lower it. Lift and lower it. Now pull your arms back a little bit, and that's going to create a little bit more tension. And now you're going to feel like that rubber band helps you ping the leg back up. Now the most important thing here is not the lift, but the fact that you're staying tall. So don't lean into this. I want you to stay up out of those hips. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Stay tall. Every time we lift the leg, get tall through the crown. So imagine you're like a car jack and you're jacking up the car to change your tire. Every crank of that leg is getting our crown taller. Good. Now hold your next one up. Sit as tall as you can. Rotate the foot so that it becomes a pizza stance. So you're rotated with the ankle point or the toes pointing outwards. You're now going to lower and lift again. Now shorten that rubber band as much as you need to. You want it to be tight and you want it to be able to ping you up. We want super tall, straight backs. So we're working, this is more about our backs than it is our legs. Good. So keep that strong rotation. And now hold your next one up. Get tall out of those backs. Pull your chicken wings back so the elbows are behind you. And now I want you to bend your knee, press against the rubber band. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. That inner thigh and arch of your foot are pointing towards the ceiling. Good. Now don't sink into your middle and lower backs. You're tall. Get those crowns long and tall. Good. And if you're not liking this in hips, take a break. 2 more. 1 more. Lengthen the leg, drop it to the floor, relax your arms and bodies. Allow yourselves to flop out here. I want you to drag yourself down using your rubber band and just try to bend over those bodies. Try to press the crowns and toes one way as you reach the tailbones away. Now while you're down here, I want you to change your rubber band over. We're going to place it onto our left foot. You're going to sit back up and you're going to take 2 or 3 inches off of each rubber band. If you need to, bend that right leg to make sure you're comfortable out of those hips, because I need you to be tall. This is all about our backs. When you're ready, legs straight or bend, it's up to you. Pull up out of your hips. Now pull your chicken wings back. As soon as those elbows go back, you feel a real tightness on the bands and a real pull across your chest and tummies. Lift and lower, become that car jack. So there's no leaning. Every time we lift the leg, we get taller through the crown. Our necks are long, our shoulders are down, and our chicken wings are pulling us. Good. How's that tummy doing? It should still be pulling in and up. You should feel the belly button drawing back. On our next ones, hold it up there. Rotate that foot so you're back in a pizza stance. You're going to lower and lift. You're going to feel it more through that inner thigh now that it's reaching towards the ceiling. Don't sink into those hips. Good. Stay as tall as you can. This is all about our backs. Hold this next one up there. Stay tall. Bend the knee, press out. The foot is still rotated. Bend, push, bend, push, bend, push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg down. Fold yourselves down. Good. While you're down here, take both feet and put them into your rubber band. And then just relax, use your band, and just try to pull yourself down a little bit closer towards the knees. Try to feel it into those hamstrings. So can you push the tailbone away from you? You can point the toes, reach the crown, push the tailbones, grab your bands, and pull yourselves down a little lower. And then sit back up. Now stay in this upright seated position. Now this is the last one in this position. It's about your backs, but it's about your triceps, which are the back of our arms here. I want you to hold the very end of your rubber band, unless it's a really, really, really light one. And then you're going to need to take some distance off it. Now just to test your rubber band, what we're going to be doing is pulling the arms behind us. So pull your arms behind, and if it's really loose, you're going to need to straighten the band. Shorten your band, because you want to have a strong pull. Now, let's get into our best position. Flatten your feet, and once you flatten your feet and push the heels away, if those hamstrings and lower backs don't like it, bend your knees. So I don't want you to have this pain in those legs. But if you can keep them straight, keep them straight. Now, pull up as tall as you can out of your backs. You've just stuck a broomstick down them. Relax your arms. Now, staying perfectly straight. Press the heels away. Lean forward from your hips. Do not bend the back. As soon as you feel the hamstrings pull and those backs feel heavy, that's where you're going to stay. So I want super strong back. So don't drop the chins. Keep the crowns reaching. Now, hinge from your elbows only. You're going to pull the arms directly behind you. Lengthen the crown and then pull back in. Press the arms long, bend back in. As you pull long, press the heels, press the crowns. You're going straight into the back of those arms. It's a super strong movement. Straighten the arms, bend at the elbow. Straighten the arms, bend at the elbow. Hold your next one back. Lengthen the necks and crowns, press through the heels, reach through the arms, relax the arms, sit back up, take your band away. Nice work. Shake out those shoulders. Stay on your blocks if you're comfortable, and just come into a butterfly. Open those legs into a butterfly and just let them bounce. Nice work. Okay. When you're ready, sit comfortably. And if sitting comfortably means taking your legs further away, do so. Now, take one arm, fling it across your chest, grab your forearm or your upper arm, whatever works for you, and try to pull the arm across you. Now, drop your shoulders from your ears. Lengthen the neck, and now you should get a better pull out of that shoulder. We're trying to stretch the shoulder. Big breath. Change sides. Fling the other arm across. Drop those shoulders. Pull through the arm, pull it closer to your body. And back to center. Nice work. Take your arms to a V. Drop one hand behind you. See if you can grab the elbow and pull it down your back. Let the chin drop into your chest. Big breath, big pull. Open to a V. Drop the other arm down. Reach down your back. And relax. Nice work. Shake off those shoulders. Okay. Take your arms out to a T. Bring those legs to where they're comfortable. They don't need to be super tight. We're going to drop one arm to the ground. We're going to sweep across. We're going to look behind us. Try to hover that hand over that bottom hand. And now create your rainbow. Lift up tall. Sweep away. Look past you. And back up. Stretch out of those arms. Sweep away. Twist a little further. Pull back up. Sweep away. Look past your shoulders. Lift back up. Nice work. Come into your all fours position. So come into those knees under our hips. Nice level, strong backs. Don't let the hips drop. Don't let the bums poke up. And hands just in front of you. Now, we're going to just do a nice cat and camel here. When you're ready, let's round through those backs. Look at the tummies as the tummies look back at you. Pull through the sternum. Inhale as you exhale, drop through center. Poke the tailbones to the ceiling. Lift the eyes, chin and chest. Drop your shoulders from your ears. And round through. Create as best an arch as you can, lengthening the arms, pulling those sternums back to stretch the shoulders. Round through or drop through. Eyes, chin and chest, tailbones lift. Shoulders drop. One more time each way. Round through. Drop back, tailbones reach, chins and chests reach, shoulders drop. Good, come back into your neutral. All right, we're gonna try to thread the needle. I want you to take your right hand and just step it one step in front of you. Take your left arm, put it underneath your arm and try and get your face to the floor. Look up under your armpit, and when you're ready, try to draw the right shoulder back as the left shoulder reaches under you. You're gonna get a spine twist and a stretch through both shoulders. Have a nice big inhale and exhale, draw everything back and back to center. Take the left arm a little bit further in front and place the right arm underneath. Get the face to the floor if you can. Look underneath the armpit. Draw the left arm back as the right arm pushes underneath you. Stretch through the shoulders. A big inhale, exhale as you draw those shoulders. And then back into center. Nice work. Time to get back to standing. We're going to open our legs maybe a little wider when we tuck our toes. You're going to lean back into your ball shape. So you can stay on those toes, but you're always trying to get those heels closer to the floor. Take yourself to as low as you can and just relax off your pelvic floors. You're trying to breathe. You're trying to relax. And then when you're ready, bums up, heads down. Find your parallel stance again. Hang heavy into your last one here. Hopefully those legs are feeling longer. Tummies are in, soften those knees. Pull the tailbones down, stack your spine, pulling yourselves taller, coming back up to standing, and find your stance. So find pizza parallel and feel hopefully lighter, taller, better, stronger, stretchier, all of the above. Let's pull in our back, middle, front, belly, and ribs, keeping these ribs down and breathing into the rib cage, not into our belly cavity. Let's inhale strong. Exhale, blow it away. And again, big breath, fill up those lungs all the way down into the deepest, darkest pits, and then blow every bit of dirty air out. One more time, breathe big. Big exhale, exhale, exhale. Take your shoulders back. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, folks.